Hello and welcome to this answer video. In this answer video, I'll be talking you through the answers for the worksheet tenths, so that's fractions using tenths. Also, I'll be talking you through some of the trickier bits involved in this skill. Question 1, Magnus eats 4/10 of the pizza, so I'm just going to write that down. And Lucy eats 3/10 of the same pizza. So I'm going to write that down as well. Magnus is 4/10 and Lucy is 3/10. That's what they eat. And Magnus says altogether they have eaten 7/10. Is he correct? So what I've done to help us is I've made a whole bar out of 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm working in tenths. So that's why I have 10 parts, because my denominator is 10. So Magnus eats 4 of those parts. So I'm going to do those in red. Magnus eats 1, 2, 3, 4/10, and Lucy eats 3/10. So I'll do Lucy's in blue. If those were the 10 slices of pizza, those 4 slices were eaten by Magnus and those 3 slices were eaten by Lucy. And now we have to see how many have been eaten altogether. So we've got 4/10 there, 3/10 there. Together that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts which have been eaten out of the 10. The 10 parts make the whole and 7 of them have been eaten. So Magnus is correct. Question 2, we need to find the correct representation for 3/10. So we'll take each representation in turn and have a look. Each one is in tenths, there's 10 parts, so each one will have a denominator of 10. For A, we can see there's 5 parts shaded in, so 5/10. For B, there are 6/10 shaded in. For C, there are 2/10 shaded in. So far it's not A, it's not B, and it's not C. Let's have a look at D. There are 4/10, 4 parts of those 10 shaded in. For E, there are 3 parts. 3 parts of those 10 have been shaded in blue. So that one matches Brendan's fraction of 3/10. And for F, we have 8/10, which have been shaded in. So the correct representation is 3/10 E. Number 3 requires a bit more thinking about. Lucy's made a pyramid of 10, so you can see each fraction has a denominator of 10, that's the bottom number, and each fraction shown in a rectangle is the sum of the fractions in the 2 rectangles below. So what that means is these 2 fractions add up to make this fraction. These 2 fractions add up to make this fraction. These 2 fractions add up to make this fraction. So the 2 boxes, the 2 rectangles underneath one other rectangle, add up to make that rectangle. So for instance, the very top one, and this one add up to make the top one. So we've got to use what we can see there to fill in the gaps. Now I've shown the shapes, the shaded shapes, by the numeral fraction. So this one here is 1/10 shown as a shape, but it's shown here as 1/10 in the numeral fraction. So let's have a look at this side of our pyramid first. We've got 1/10, something tenths, and together they make 3/10. So 1/10 add something tenths equals 3/10. 1/10 add 2/10 together, 2 and 1 makes 3. So 2/10 and 1/10 makes 3/10. Here for this one, we're looking at this rectangle, this box and this box. We've got 1/10 add 1/10, and together that makes 2/10. For the very top one, you can see now that works. 8/10 add 2/10 makes 10/10. That's the 1 whole. For this one, we've got 2/10 add something tenths equals something tenths. So a bit trickier, this one. And what we need to know is that we've got 1/10 here. We need to go write a box, write a rectangle. We've got 1/10 here, add something equals 8/10. So something add 1/10 is 8/10. So you could use your inverse there. 8 take 1 is 7. Inverse being the opposite of add would be subtract. And you can check 7/10 add 1/10 is 8/10. Now I have this one, I can work out the one above, because 7/10 add 2/10 equals 9/10. So that was an answer video for tenths by Classroom Secrets, and I hope you found it useful. Remember, you can always watch the linked video tutorial for this skill over on kids.classroomsecrets.co.uk, or you can practice this skill with loads more resources over on classroomsecrets.co.uk.